Hey, 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 Foxy. Hey, Foxy. Miss Foxy Brown. Lord, 'cause she don't play around. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Super bad. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, 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 Foxy. Hey, Foxy. Best believe I was here for all this Pam Grier. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Jackie Brown. Now this film is from 1997 and it's directed by Quentin Tarantino. Now before I get into all the 70s blaxploitation nostalgia, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Pam Grier, aka if you just looked up, bad mama jamma in the dictionary, she will be right there next to it. Just fine, y'all, fine. She ain't had no business being that fine.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this video. But before we jump into the movie, I have to give a shout out to the person who paid for and requested this movie. So if you happen to get your whole life jive turkey sucker, it's not because of me, it's because of this person right here. Thank you so much for requesting this movie, supporting me, and supporting my content. You are one solid cat, and that's on Stone Cold Groove. Now, getting into the movie, this is a Quentin Tarantino production, and it is based on a book by the name of Rum Punch. Now, if you are a Quentin Tarantino fan, he loves long dialogue, feet, kung fu movies, blood, violence, profanity, and blaxploitation films, giving him an obsession with the beautiful Pam Grier. And this movie pays homage to everything blaxploitation, from its letterhead, to the characters, to the acting, to the music, and most of all, the directing. But to be honest, Pam Grier was more than enough here to take us back to that era. Let's spend about 5 minutes on Pam Grier, or should I say Sheba Baby, Foxy Brown, Coffee, Friday Forster, Scream Blackula Scream, Women in Cages. She was there, she was sexy, she was stacked, she was kicking ass, and most of all, she could act. But unlike most women from that era, white or black, she was very much so taking the lead and in charge, having lead roles in all of her films. I mean, come on, didn't you guys just love it when we would get shit like, "Freeze, you rotten, dope dealing, pushing motherfucker. Here's to the end of your rotten life, sucker." Then you get some old shaggy ass pimp like, "Oh, come on, baby. Come on, sweet mama. I'm just stealing it. I'm just selling it. I'm not in charge. You want to hit? You want to taste? It's free. Come on, baby." Then you get boom, shotgun blow to the head. Beautiful. Now, was there tons of unnecessary nudity? Hell yes. Was most of everything in the 70s shot through a male gaze and at times really demeaning and sexualized? Yes. Did these movies constantly glorify drugs, pimps, prostitutes, violence? Yes. But do we care? No. These movies had Pam Grier, and she was and still is everything. It's all very present here in this movie. This movie even remembered to squeeze in Sid, who was a prolific ass actor all the way back when in the 70s blaxploitation era. Way before he was in those Rob Zombie films playing a clown, they remembered to put him and Pam here just as they were in Foxy Brown together, Coffee, Black Mama, White Mama, The Big Bird Cage. Oh, it's the detail for me. Now, as soon as the movie starts, we are introduced to Pam Grier and Samuel L. Jackson. And immediately, the movie wastes no time in letting us know that Samuel L. Jackson's character ain't shit. Now, Jackie Brown is a stewardess, and she has been smuggling money in for Samuel L. Jackson's Old Dale character for years now. He is in the business of selling guns and plans to lay out anybody who gets in the way of that. Now, child, when I saw Samuel L. Jackson, I did tell y'all this was my first time watching this, right? They love to put a hairpiece on that man. Like, you can always depend on Samuel L. Jackson to have a damn hairpiece. But Quentin didn't just stop at a hairpiece here. He has a full-blown ponytail. And I mean ponytail, Yaki number 5. Let's see, why they put that shit on Samuel L. Jackson's head? And why couldn't he be black? Why is it blending in with his skin? Why does he look like a thumb? I had an issue. Now, everything is business as usual for Jackie Brown with smuggling. She has been smuggling things in for years. This is not her first rodeo. She was smuggling shit in for her husband and now works at this shitty airline where she does the same thing for Ardell. Now, everything is going fine up until we get into Beaumont Livingston's character and what Samuel L. Jackson is willing to do to protect his money. Now, what I love here about his character is he doesn't give off that typical, yes, I'm the villain, yes, I'll murder you, yes, I'm crazy energy. He is very much giving off nice guy, I'm sensible, I'm trustworthy, all while he's low-key plotting to kill you, and it builds up a lot of tension in the scenes. Now, the writing here in particular with Quentin Tarantino, I feel like it's really good, and it kind of falls in with his earlier films of things being really simplistic and really great storytelling. He has a lot going on in his mind as far as films, and we can see that through the dialogue, the visuals, you know, scene cuts, some stuff like it's just really eclectic work. But here it's just really simple, and I appreciate that, and it makes the story really interesting. Where we do have, you know, great films like Kill Bill situation, there's always a lot going on. Here, it's very chill. And while he's setting Samuel L. Jackson up as that good guy, we have a little Friday reunion between cameos from Chris Tucker and Tiny Lester Jr. I was not expecting Beaumont Livingston to be Chris Tucker. Like, it just felt so random. It looked like he just walked off of the Dead President's Skippy set. It was like, yeah, I'm here to get these lines and get my ass in his trunk. Like, I was like, it just seemed so off-putting and came out of nowhere. But at that moment, it built so much suspense in those scenes because it's just like, don't you get your ass in that trunk. He don't need you to make a run for him. When you realize, oh, he's not a good guy. He's covering his ass. If you get caught up before you get bailed out, you may rat out my whole operation. I'm gonna kill you before you fuck my shit up. Drives a quarter of a half meter around the corner, opens the trunk and kills him. But the way that he's finessed to get in there, you know, I want you to hold the motherfucker, just pop out with the gun. Like, get your ass in the trunk. Like, shooting his problem, Beaumont, right there on the spot. But his intuition about him was correct. He was a rat and gave up someone in the operation, Jackie Brown. So when she stopped by 2 cops, Batman being one of them, she's not only interrogated, but she is booked for the money and the drugs that were in her possession. Now we are sitting on a ticking time bomb with Samuel L. Jackson's ass, thinking and waiting to see when and if he is going to do the same thing to her that he did to Beaumont Livingston. Since now she is yet another person who could jeopardize his business. And I love that via the cop, via Ardell, via Jackie Brown herself, she is very much so underestimated immediately. There's a big talk in this movie about, you know, getting older, aging, feeling complacent, feeling, very unaccomplished and incomplete in your life, feeling like, no matter how hard you work or what you try to do or try to be your best self, you just never overcame and you never amounted to much, and feeling like you deserve better. And if you don't do some things at certain moments, you may never get that. And Jackie realizes that this may be her one and only moment to do that. Conjures up a whole plan and sets it in motion all by herself. Gonna underestimate me? Like, no, you're not. Did you peep how many times somebody had to say, oh, look, well, she's a 44-year-old middle-aged black woman. She works for an airline. She only makes $17,000 a year. Low-key, you ain't shit. Don't underestimate me. I'm Foxy Brown, bitch. Now, we also have Robert De Niro and Bridget Fonda here as the side characters. When I tell you, I was like, what? I have never seen either one of them, especially Robert De Niro, in such an understated role. When I tell you, I was sitting waiting around for nothing because I was like, this can't be it. He cannot just be here as a sidekick. He just doesn't do those type of roles. But I love here, he was just, playing against type. He's just pretty much like a bum, a hanger-on. He's just, fresh out. They robbed a bank once upon a time. He's his right-hand man. He has his back, at which we have, Bridget Fonda. So, that's my little white girl, my little beach bunny. All she does is run around, smoke weed in a bikini top, fuck on friends, and low-key plot against Samuel L. Jackson's character the entire film. That was it. And just be fucking annoying. But that was it. I was like, wow, y'all really ain't gonna do shit in the movie, huh? Now we have the plan begin to be set in motion when we get into Max, the little hard-ass bail bondsman, going to pick up Jackie for the first time. Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Oh, ow, come on, Delphonics. The soundtrack was slapping. Y'all know how I feel about soundtracks. It was slapping. But Max is very much so self-assured. He's, a little bit more content with his job. But the moment he sees her, he is practically putty in her hands. It was really nice to see that instant love connection, and he felt something for her. Be that nice guy, but we later on see, in fact, what he is willing to do. And also Pam Grier's character. There are no good characters in this film. I love how pretty much everyone has a sense of dirt on their hands, doesn't really have a limitation on what they're willing to do. Yes, I'm gonna smile in your face and flip my hair and ask for some cigarettes and go to the bar, but I low-key know I need to protect myself because this nigga is coming, so I'm gonna steal your gun out your glove compartment. But then when you come to get it, oh, I'm so sorry, you want this back? Like, oh, I got enough. Like, Pam Grier was acting her ass off here. She was doing an amazing job at, kind of giving that damsel in distress ass energy. Oh, I'm innocent. But then you get into, low-key a little conniving, a little sneaky. She has a plan. You never really know what she's going to do. But we find out what she's willing to do when we get into that hilarious ass scene of Samuel L. Jackson's character thinking that he could just roll up on her ass in the dark the way he rolled up on Beaumont Livingston. Not today, bitch. Sit your ass down. And don't make me have to tell you to sit your motherfucking ass down again. Now, I know you came over here to kill me. I know, and it's okay. I forgive you, but I got a plan. Like, that was so funny. She is very calculated and very smooth with not only Ardell, but the police also. She tells them she wants immunity. She wants permission to leave the country so she could work. All the while she is plotting to get over there and get his money. The way that she finessed both sides in this movie, the way that she was able to get Max on her side and see things from her perspective without even trying, all the while, all 3, 4, 5 of you motherfuckers walking around underestimating me because I'm a middle-aged 44-year-old woman. That was good writing, and it was very much so blaxploitation with a hint of current day. Really put Pam Grier back in her element. From my understanding, this was the movie that kind of revitalized interest in her and her career. She did so well here. Did you see her finesse and get Max on her side and put him on to that Delphonics? Listen to me, la 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 means I love you. Oh, baby, baby, now. Come on, Pam. Come on, Foxy. So after Miss Jackie Brown has put several plans in motion, this movie is very much so not only about age, but just underestimating people, period. She was underestimated. You had Bridget Fonda's character underestimating, Louis's loyalty and just how smart and conniving someone like Ardell could be. The police underestimating her and Ardell for how calculated he was as a gun seller. Like, it was just a whole lot of seek and prove. But we've had the smartest one of all. Jackie put this whole plan into motion. Everybody's where they should be. There's this circle of not only distrust, there's, false backs, decoys, Minnie Rippleton. You can see inside me when you come inside me. Do you wanna ride? It's... You know what I'm saying? Like, the music was popping. Now, once we get into the mall and the actual plan, the movie did a whole lot. I was like, damn, I ain't know Samuel L. Jackson was gonna be a murderer. Now, when Ardell, who clearly has holes in different area codes, decides to send Melanie to join in on the exchange, we already know that shit is about to hit the fan. I love the way that it's shot and we get a perspective from everybody, the timing, what happened when they arrived versus what was going on from this person's POV. It was very brilliantly shot and it got real interesting. I was like, well, damn, is she gonna make it? I don't know. Not only does she make it, but she calculates every single thing down to every single detail, all the way down to Mac's involvement. That was the only person in the group who was an outsider that wasn't under Ardell's thumb that she could trust, because her plan the entire time was to get that portion of money for herself. She knew that both sides with the police could go either way. If I do this to Ardell, what am I really going back to? What am I really gonna have? If I, give him up, what does that leave? Like, I'm just fucked on either end. So why not figure things out for myself, all the way to the detail of the suit, putting that cherry on top, that money in Melanie's fucking bag so she would have the money on her in her pocket. Like, everything was down to the T. Getting in the suit, running out with the plan to tell them, they sent someone else. She ran in, got the bag, and I don't know what, like, it was like really interesting. I was like, damn, I should have been watched this. When we get outside and we have, our two obsolete characters who've pretty much done, very much nothing this whole film. Robert De Niro has shown, he's a real homie. I did kind of sleep with it. Do you know who you have on your team? Why do you have her here? Not only is she questionable, but she's kind of trying to stab you in the back. But it's like, yeah, I trust Melanie to be Melanie. I know who she is, but I still have some underlining of care for her. So if we have her getting on your motherfucking nerves this entire movie, pull her by her hair, slap the shit out of her, but you don't kill her. When he just randomly shot her in the parking lot, I was like, he just randomly shot her in the parking lot. Broad daylight rockabye, baby, in the goddamn parking lot out of nowhere. I was so surprised. I was not at all expecting that to happen. So it was like, well, damn. And that whole time I'm watching, because, she has it set up so well, they have the towel situation and the money, and I'm just sitting there like, ain't nobody gonna check the bag. When he goes to pick up Samuel L. Jackson and he finally checks the bag and he already don't trust nothing moving, it's like, you know what, I'm your homie, I would never do that, of course I don't have the money. Yo, you shot Melanie? Well, yeah, I didn't know what else to do. Bitch was getting on my nerves. I shot her twice. Well, you shot her, I care, but we don't need no bitches coming back. As long as she dead, don't do that shit no more. You can't be shooting bitches outside. It was so random. And then he flips it and be like, you know what? You ain't noticed Max was there. You ain't shit. You ain't worth nothing. Your mama ain't shit. Your babies ain't gonna never be shit. I'm gonna shoot your ass too. I was like, damn, everybody is getting shot in the third act. Now, I did have a little problem with how Ardell just instantly got so corrupt and so loose with what his plan was to do, like shooting Louis in the Scooby-Doo truck, or the situation that we get with Jackie Brown near the end. It just always felt like he was a little bit more smarter and calculated, throughout the film, for him to just instantly like, oh, you just catching bodies in broad daylight, that this is what's going on. Not only putting your fingerprints on that same gun that just shot Melanie, but you just used it to shoot Lewis, it just felt like all of a sudden he was leaving a trail and a body count that led right back to him, when it felt like the entire movie he was much smarter and calculated than that. But I am willing to let all of that go just for the ending and how Miss Jackie Brown finessed that whole damn situation. Like, she had Max open. Max jeopardized his whole life to walk up on a nigga like Samuel Jackson in this movie. Like, the calculated, you know, I got the interest, I got the money that I owed you for him to have the money on him. Now he did, you know, easily just go back, you know, bet nobody better not pop out. I'm shooting everybody. Like, you know, that whole sense of, if you go down or if I go down, I'm taking you with me, so it's best for you to give me my money. I was like, oh. But I do like, you know, how they wrapped it up, and you know how she's like, oh my god, it's got a guy, like, pow, ponytail dad, Yaki number 5, dead for life. And she's able to get him in the end in the way that she made those policemen who didn't really trust her really identify with her, the way she was trying to see if she could play one of the policemen, like, hey, you ever thought about taking that money? Like, she was very low down and conniving in her own little funky way, and it went completely unnoticed here just because she was underestimated, because she was an older, underprivileged black woman. We get all the way to the end, and not only has her plan worked, but she has walked away with the money. The police are satisfied with the story. Everything matches up to a T. He has, you know, the money on him, and all the while it was only supposed to be $50,000 when she really brought over a whole lot of money. She is about to go, but she wants Max to. I was like, why he didn't go with her? You know, he's got to get all these little slow kisses, and I could, you know, see why he would be like, you know what, I'm kind of having second thoughts about walking around with your ass, because she, you know, she says, I didn't use you. I was very open with you, but there's, you know, such that sense of she couldn't have done this without him. So was this only what I was for? Do you really have true feelings for me? At which, watching it, we do feel like he did have true feelings for her, and she had them for him. And if they, you know, embarked on that escapade, they would have been chilling. But despite that, and him, you know, saying he didn't want to be available on spending any more, that he was walking away, he goes black into his job, and he is very much so conflicted. Like, I want to go with her, but she low-key a thug. I really don't know. But we have a very content Jackie Robinson in her car driving away to just cross 110th Street. Hey, just trying to catch a woman that is weak. You thought you caught you a weak woman. You thought I was weak, but I'm not. I'm Pam Grier. I'm Sheba, baby. Coffee is the color of your skin. Doom, 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 doom. Well, you guys, that was my review for Jackie Brown. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed this movie. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about my review, what you thought about this movie. Have you ever seen it? Did I make you want to go watch it or view it again? I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please like. Well, you guys, that was my review for Jackie Brown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about this movie. Have you seen it? And if so, did I make you want to see it again? I look forward to reading you guys' comments. I see you guys for my next video. Be sure to drop down and subscribe and like. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.